Have you ever noticed how cleaning videos make everything look so easy until you try it yourself and end up wondering where all that dust came from? I used to think cleaning was just about effort, about scrubbing harder and longer. But here's the truth. Cleaning isn't about how much you do, it's about how you do it. Over the years, I've learned that a calm, beautiful home doesn't come from perfection. It comes from smart habits that actually work. Like this one: always clean from top to bottom. It sounds simple, but it changes everything. Once I started doing that, I stopped wasting time wiping the same surfaces twice. Dust falls, light shifts, and suddenly the whole process feels effortless. I'm not sharing theories. These are real habits that I've tested, failed at, refined, and now swear by. Every tip you'll see in this video comes from experienced things that genuinely made my life easier and my space calmer. So if you've ever wished cleaning could feel less like a chore and more like a quiet ritual, you're in the right place. Let's start from the very first principle: cleaning from top to bottom. To start things off, let's begin with one of the most essential cleaning principles: learning how to clean from top to bottom. There's something almost therapeutic about cleaning: the quiet rhythm of movement, the soft hum of a vacuum, the subtle scent of freshness slowly filling the air. For me, cleaning isn't just about keeping a house tidy. It's about bringing order and calm into a space that holds your daily life. But over time, I realized that cleaning isn't only about effort. It's also about having the right method. Once I learned to clean the right way, everything became faster, easier, and surprisingly satisfying. One of the first lessons that changed the way I clean was simple but powerful: always clean from top to bottom. It sounds obvious, but many people overlook it. When you start from higher surfaces, like shelves, cabinets, and countertops, dust naturally falls down so you can wipe it up later when you clean the lower parts. This single habit saves me time and keeps me from repeating the same work twice. The next principle is to move from the inside out. Imagine cleaning a room. If you start near the doorway, you'll end up stepping over the clean floor as you move deeper into the room. But when you start from the innermost corner and move outward, you never have to go back over what's already clean. It's a small adjustment that completely changes the flow and efficiency of cleaning. When it comes to vacuuming, I used to rush through it thinking speed meant efficiency. But after a while, I noticed that dust and hair still lingered even after vacuuming. The trick I learned is to move the vacuum slowly and in two directions, first horizontally, then vertically. This allows the brush to lift more dirt and gives carpets a much deeper clean. And finally, one golden rule that even I used to forget: keep the vacuum itself clean. When filters or bags are full, the machine loses suction power and spreads dust instead of collecting it. Once I started washing or replacing filters regularly, the results were noticeably better: cleaner air cleaner floors and less effort overall. Cleaning can be tiring, yes, but when you follow these simple science-backed steps, it becomes more of an art than a chore. Each movement feels purposeful, each result more rewarding, and the home little by little becomes a reflection of both care and mindfulness. If you enjoyed these simple cleaning tips, don't miss tomorrow's video. I'll be sharing the daily decluttering habits that truly transformed my space and mindset. It's not just about tidying up, but about creating freedom, lightness, and peace in your home, something everyone needs to feel. Now that we've set the rhythm with smarter cleaning habits, let's move into something that feels almost magical: a deep cleanse for your fabrics that revives their freshness. Let's move into something a little magical. We're talking about the laundry, stripping: a deep cleaning secret that revives your fabrics. You know that moment when you pull out a favorite towel or bed sheet and it just doesn't feel fresh anymore, no matter how many times you wash it? That was me, frustrated and convinced that my laundry detergent had stopped working. But then I discovered something that completely changed the way I care for fabrics: deep cleaning through laundry stripping. It's not as complicated as it sounds. Over time, clothes and linens quietly collect layers of residue from detergent, fabric softener, body oils, and even hard water minerals. These build up slowly, making fabrics stiff, dull, and less absorbent. When I learned this, it made perfect sense why some of my towels never quite smelled clean, even straight from the washer. Laundry stripping is like giving your fabrics a deep detox. The process is simple but almost magical. In a bathtub or large container mix, 1/4 cup of borax, 1/4 cup of baking soda, and 1 scoop of powdered laundry detergent with hot water. Once everything is dissolved, soak your clothes, towels, or sheets for about 4 to 6 hours, stirring occasionally. You'll see the water gradually turn murky, a mix of residue and hidden grime you didn't even know existed. The first time I tried it, I remember feeling both shocked and amazed by how dirty the water looked. But once the soaking was done and I ran everything through a quick rinse cycle, the transformation was undeniable. My towels felt soft again, my sheets smelled cleaner than ever, and even old workout clothes had regained their freshness. It was like pressing a reset button for my fabrics. What I love most about this method is that it's not just about appearances. It's about restoring comfort, hygiene, and that little spark of joy you get when something feels truly clean. I don't do it often, maybe once every few months, but each time I do it, reminds me that a little extra care can bring surprising results. So next time your laundry feels a bit lifeless, give it this deep cleanse. You'll be amazed at what a long soak and a few simple ingredients can do, not just for your fabrics, but for how refreshing your home feels afterward. Once your laundry is soft, fresh, and renewed, it's time to bring that same sparkle into your home, starting with mirrors and faucets that truly shine. Next up, we're focusing on that beautiful sparkle, the glass mirrors and metal that bring light and elegance into your home. For me, cleaning glass and metal isn't just about removing smudges, it's about bringing back that sense of sparkle, the quiet beauty that makes a space feel alive and cared for. I used to dread cleaning mirrors and windows because no matter how hard I tried, streaks always appeared afterward. I'd wipe and re-wipe, step back to check only to find another stubborn mark under the light. Then I discovered a small change that made all the difference using a long-handled mop paired with a microfiber glass cloth. It sounds simple, but it completely changed the game. I no longer had to stretch or climb on chairs just to reach high corners, and the cloth picked up every trace of dust without leaving behind lint or streaks. To make the process even smoother, I switched to foam-style glass cleaner. Unlike liquid sprays that drip and dry unevenly, foam clings to the surface, breaking down grime and evaporating cleanly, leaving behind that perfect clear shine. It's one of those tools that saves effort and makes cleaning feel surprisingly satisfying. But my favorite part comes afterward. Once the mirrors and glass are spotless, I like to use a bit of glass cleaner on stainless steel surfaces. The faucet handles even the kitchen sink. A quick polish with a soft cloth turns dull metal into something that gleams like new. It's a tiny detail, but it gives your home that polished professional touch, like the quiet elegance of a well-kept hotel bathroom. What I've learned is that cleaning doesn't have to be about struggle or endless wiping. With the right tools and a few mindful techniques, it becomes graceful, almost therapeutic. When everything around you shines, it lifts your mood in ways that are hard to explain. You start to notice light differently, feel calmer, and maybe even a little more proud of the space you call home. After bringing back the gleam of glass and metal, let's take things a step further with homemade cleaning solutions that care for both your home and your health. Now let's talk about one of my favorite topics, creating your own DIY cleaning solutions that are gentle, natural, and wonderfully effective. I've always believed that keeping a clean home shouldn't mean filling it with harsh chemical smells. There was a time when I'd open a bottle of cleaner and immediately feel the sting in my nose, the strong artificial scent that lingered long after the cleaning was done. It made me realize something important: a clean home should feel fresh, not smell like a lab. That's when I started learning how to make my own cleaning solutions gentle, natural, and surprisingly effective. It started with a little experiment. One day I noticed my favorite cleaning spray had run out and the cap was sealed tight. I didn't want to throw it away, so I tried soaking the top in hot water for a few minutes, and just like that, it loosened easily. That small success felt oddly satisfying, and it sparked a new habit, reusing my bottles instead of tossing them. It's such a simple act, but it saves money, reduces waste, and somehow makes cleaning feel more thoughtful. Once the bottle was open, I began mixing my own formula. Nothing complicated, just white vinegar, a bit of baking soda, and a few drops of essential oil. Lemon and lavender are my favorites. They leave the room smelling light and fresh. Vinegar cuts through grease, baking soda lifts stains, and the essential oil masks the acidity with a calming scent. Over time, I realized this simple mix could handle almost every surface, from kitchen counters to bathroom tiles, without that heavy chemical aftersmell. What surprised me most wasn't just how well it worked, but how different it felt to clean with something I made myself. It's a quiet kind of empowerment, knowing exactly what's in your cleaner, and that it's safe for your home, your hands, and even your pets. There's also something beautiful about returning to basics, using ingredients our grandmothers probably relied on long before cleaning aisles were packed with neon-colored bottles. Now, whenever I finish cleaning, my home doesn't just look tidy, it smells calm, fresh, and alive. It's a reminder that small, mindful choices can make everyday routines not only cleaner, but also kinder to both ourselves and the environment. With natural cleaners by your side, you're ready to tackle the heart of every home, the kitchen, where warmth, flavor, and a bit of daily mess always come together. Next, we're heading straight to the heart of the home, the kitchen, to discover a few simple tricks that keep it fresh, clean, and beautifully shining. There's something about a clean kitchen that makes the whole home feel lighter. The soft shine of a stovetop, the faint citrus scent after scrubbing, the quiet pride that comes when everything looks refreshed. The kitchen, after all, is where so much of our daily life happens. It's where meals are made, conversations flow, and memories linger in the air. And yet it's also the place that collects the most stubborn messes and hidden odors. Over time, I've learned that the secret to keeping it fresh isn't in strong chemicals, but in a few simple, natural tricks that work like magic. For the stovetop or grill, I used to rely on harsh degreasers that left my hands dry and the air heavy with chemical fumes. One day, I tried something my grandmother used to do, mixing a little cooking oil with coarse salt to scrub away burnt residue. I remember being skeptical at first, but it worked beautifully. The salt acts as a gentle abrasive, while the oil helps loosen stubborn grease without scratching the surface. After a few minutes of scrubbing, the metal underneath began to shine again, and the whole kitchen seemed to sparkle with it. It's one of those moments that make you realize sometimes the simplest methods are the most effective. The same goes for kitchen sinks and garbage disposals, which tend to hide odors that slowly build up over time. Instead of masking the smell with artificial scents, I use a natural mix of baking soda, white vinegar, and hot water. The reaction between the two creates a satisfying fizz that cuts through grime and deodorizes at the same time. After a good rinse with boiling water, everything feels and smells wonderfully fresh. It's a small ritual I do once a week, and it never fails to make the kitchen feel brand new. What I love about these natural cleaning habits is how effortless they are once you make them part of your routine. There's no harsh scent, no need for expensive products, just a few pantry staples that leave your space truly clean. And beyond the shine, there's a quiet satisfaction in knowing you're caring for your home in a way that's gentle, mindful, and a little more connected to the earth. And once the kitchen is gleaming, don't forget the often overlooked spaces, the walls, floors, and tiny grout lines that quietly shape the feeling of your entire home. Let's shift our focus to the often overlooked areas, walls, floors, and grout lines that hold the hidden beauty of your home. There's a quiet kind of satisfaction that comes from cleaning the parts of your home people rarely notice: the walls, the floors, the narrow grout lines between tiles. These are the areas that silently collect the story of everyday life: fingerprints on the walls from passing hands, smudges by the door, and the slow darkening of grout that once gleamed white. For a long time, I didn't realize how much these small details affected the overall feeling of a space, Until one afternoon, I decided to give my walls and floors a real deep clean. The difference was astonishing. Cleaning walls used to feel intimidating. The thought of climbing on chairs or stretching to reach high corners was enough to make me put it off. But when I discovered a long-handled brush or mop with a rotating head, everything changed. Paired with a gentle cleaning solution, just a mix of mild soap and warm water, it became effortless. I start from the top, moving in slow, even strokes, watching as dull smudges and fingerprints disappear one by one. It's especially satisfying on light-colored walls where every small touch leaves a mark. Once the surfaces are clean, the whole room feels brighter, almost like it's been quietly refreshed. For the grout lines on floors or bathroom tiles, I follow a simple two-step method. First, I spray a gentle bathroom cleaner, or a mix of baking soda and vinegar, letting it sit for a few minutes to loosen the grime. Then I scrub it with a small brush. An old toothbrush works wonders until the lines look noticeably lighter. On the stubborn spots that never seem to return to white, I use a Grout whitening pen to trace over the lines. It's a tiny detail, but it gives everything a crisp new look like freshly tiled floors. These cleaning moments may seem small, but they do something special for your home and for your mood. Every clean surface reflects light a little better, and somehow the air feels calmer, fresher. I often think that cleaning is less about removing dirt and more about restoring harmony, giving your home and yourself a quiet moment of renewal. When every surface feels fresh, it's those final thoughtful touches that complete the picture, the tiny habits that bring harmony and grace to your space. And finally, we've arrived at the last part, the tiny details that bring everything together and make your home feel truly complete. Over the years, I've learned that it's often the tiniest habits that create that sense of harmony. Those little touches that make a room feel quietly put together. Take something as simple as a pillow on your bed. For years, I'd just slip the case on and leave the extra fabric hanging loose, not realizing how much of a difference it made. Then one day, I started folding the extra fabric neatly into the center like they do in hotels. It instantly transformed the look. The pillow looked smooth, structured, and elegant. It's such a small detail, but every time I see it, it gives me a tiny sense of satisfaction, as if I've brought a little bit of that hotel calm into my everyday life. Another small secret I love is using the dishwasher for more than just dishes. On busy days, it feels like a lifesaver. I often place small items like toothbrush holders, kids' toys, and even makeup organizers on the top rack. A gentle cycle with hot water cleans and disinfects everything at once. No scrubbing, no fuss. It saves time, but more importantly, it keeps those small household items from gathering invisible grime over time. I've learned that when the little things stay clean, the whole home feels fresher. And then there's my makeup area, one of the places that used to get messy the fastest. A quick swipe with a baby wipe or makeup remover cloth over my eyeshadow palettes and containers keeps the surface dust-free and the space instantly neater. It takes less than a minute, but that one habit makes the entire vanity look organized, almost like a quiet reset. In the end, I've come to believe that maintaining a tidy home isn't about doing more. It's about noticing more, paying attention to the small, meaningful actions that make your surroundings feel loved and cared for. That was the 7 simple yet powerful ways I use to keep my home neat, fresh, and peaceful, without pressure or exhaustion. Each one may seem small, but together they create a rhythm of calm and lightness that transforms not just your space, but your everyday mood too. If you've been looking for ways to make cleaning feel lighter, easier, and maybe even a little joyful, try a few of the habits I shared today. They truly make a difference not just in how your home looks, but in how you feel living in it. And if you're ready to take this further, I have another video. You shouldn't miss that one. It's filled with lessons that go beyond cleaning and touch on how to create balanced space and ease in your daily life. If this video inspired you, please like, share, and subscribe because you deserve a calmer, more breathable home every single day. Share these tips with your friends and family. Everyone deserves a home that feels peaceful and cared for.